we are going to practice writing equations in slope-intercept form given a variety of information. So if we're given a point and a slope, and we need to write the equation in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to think slope-intercept form is, I have a sharper pencil, y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to plug in what I know. I have an x, a y, and an m. So I'm going to say that 5 equals m3 times x negative 2 plus b. And I'm going to solve for b. That's what I need. So I have 5 equals negative 6 plus b. So I add 6 to both sides, and I see that b is equal to 11. So now I have a slope, 3. I have a b, y-intercept, 11. So I know that my equation is y equals 3x plus 11. Let's look at another example. If I have point 4, negative 7, and a slope of negative 1, I'm going to take my slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. This slope here is equal to my m. And this here is an x and a y, so I'm going to plug in negative 7 equals negative 1 times 4 plus b. So then negative 7 equals negative 4 plus b. When I add 4 to both sides, sorry, I'll get my hand out of the way so that you can see, we see that b is equal to negative 3. So I will take everything and say that y equals negative 1 times x minus 3. And there's my equation, slope-intercept form, given a point and a slope. Now if I'm given 2 points, my first thing that I'll need to do as the mathematician, and you as the mathematician, well, we're all mathematicians, you'll need to find the slope first. So remember that slope m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then we will, let's see, I'll take negative 8 minus 12 over 4 minus negative 1. So I get negative 20 over 5, which is negative 4, my slope of negative 4. And then I will plug into y equals mx plus b some things I know. So let's say if y is 12 equals a slope of negative 4 and x-intercept of negative 1 plus b. So I have 12 equals 4 plus b. I subtract 4 on both sides, and b equals 8. So now I have a slope, I have my m, I have my b. I can say y equals negative 4x plus 8. Now, let's look. If we have 0.5, negative 8, and negative 7, 0. Let's find the slope between those points first. So let's see, if I have x1, y1, x2, y2, I'm going to take 0 minus negative 8 over negative 7 minus 5, and see that this is 8 over negative 12, which is negative 2/3. So I know that that's my m. And let's see, I'm going to put it with a point. I'm going to go for this point here because it has a 0. So when I look at y equals mx plus b, and I plug in what I know, y is 0 equals m negative 2/3 x negative 7 plus b. I have that 0 equals 14/3 plus b. So I have to subtract this 14/3 on both sides and get that b equals negative 14/3. So I have an m, I have a b, I can say y equals negative 2/3 x minus 14/3. And there is my equation in slope-intercept form given 2 points. First you find the slope. Then you take y equals mx plus b, plug and chug for b, and then we rewrite y equals mx plus b with our new m and our new b. Alright, let's look at some practice problems. We have page 581, numbers 1 through 8. So we have 4 that ask us to find the slope, or find the slope-intercept given a point and a slope, and 4 that is just 2 points. So you see that number 1 is if the point is 3, negative 3, with the slope of 3. So we'll say, negative 3 equals 3 times 3 plus b, and solve for b, and have a lot of fun.